Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another Minecraft Bedrock Edition video. Today, guys, we're going to be showing you the best client for Minecraft Bedrock Edition. So, with that being said, if you are hyped, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share this video with all your friends. But with that being said, let's get started. Alright guys, so what you're going to need to do in order to get this client is firstly go to the description, go download the client, go install it, and make sure it is active. Once you have it all set up, it should say you have your sketch client and make sure it is active. Now this is a great client and we're going to show you why. Alright, so here guys is the sketch client settings. Now as you can see, it gives you a bunch of different stuff. It says firstly you can have keystrokes with a controller, so you can hide that or not. You can enable auto clear chat, sorry. You can have an FPS capper, so you can make it unlimited or capped at a certain amount, which is always nice. You can have VSync or not VSync. Caps your FPS to show screen refresh rate, so that's what vertical sync does. Adaptive vertical sync, it locks your FPS to the nearest level when you dip below 60 frames and goes up as your performance increases. And then auto clear chat will clear chat after entering a new game. That is useful for servers like Hive, where chat stays the same throughout the games. So basically, gives you a bunch of awesome settings that not only improves your FPS, but improves your overall Minecraft experience. And then of course guys, you have a bunch of info as well, which tells you a whole bunch of stuff, as well as some credits at the bottom. So if you want, you guys can read through it all. We're not going to read it all now, it's a lot of stuff, but as you guys can see, there is stuff there to read. Now also guys, you can actually go to the cog of this thing, and it also has some settings. So you can see that there's traditional keystrokes, you can have your left stick keystrokes, watch just told me to be fat, touchpad keystrokes, your traditional keystrokes with a debug screen, your left stick keystrokes with a debug screen, and finally your touchpad keystrokes plus a debug screen. So you can use any one of these settings, it's completely up to you. We'll just go traditional for now. Anyway, let's hop into a world and see what it does. Alrighty guys, so we're now in a world. And as you can see, something that you instantly will notice once you get into the world is there's like this little bar that is filling up and down at the bottom left of your hotbar. Now basically, if you crouch, you will actually be able to see a little compass. Now it shows you north, shows you east, shows you south, and it shows you west. So this is really great because it always gives you a compass on hand. And what makes it even nicer is it's kind of small, it's simplified compared to the normal compass, so it's actually very easy to tell which direction you are going at all times, and it doesn't take away from your screen. You don't have a big clock or a big compass on your screen or anything like that. So it's very clean. So I do enjoy that, to be honest. Now, before we do anything else, guys, let's just show you that the FPS thing actually works. So as you can see, currently it's FPS unlimited. But now let's just go ahead and fiddle with it. And let's go cap ourselves to, let's say, 30 FPS. And then you guys should be able to see that the performance is much lower. And this is obviously just to be able to set your game to certain FPS. Which actually can help your actual game performance run better, because then your phone won't struggle trying to get more FPS than it can actually do. So maybe you know your phone can only handle 40 FPS, you can cap it at 40. If your phone can only handle 60 FPS, cap it at 60. If only 20, keep it at 20, and etc, etc. If your device is really good, then obviously you can turn it to unlimited, and then it won't even try and cap it. It'll just have the FPS of whatever it is at the time. And of course now guys, as you can see, once we put it back to unlimited, you can see that the performance and frames are back to being really smooth. So guys, now I'm going to show you how to make waypoints. Now to do this, what you're going to have to do is crouch, look down, jump, and punch the ground. So just like this, and then boom, you kind of make this little beam thing, which is a waypoint. Now guys, obviously if we weren't in creative, it wouldn't have broken the block, so just keep that in mind. Basically, this thing is just basically for marking stuff. So maybe you want to remember where your spawn is. Maybe you want to know where your base is. Maybe you want to know where you found a cool item or something like that. Basically, this is a marker. It's a beam. Think of it as an indicator on your map when you play games like Fortnite or Call of Duty, Warzone, etc. Now you have it in Minecraft, which is quite cool. Kind of looks like a beacon beam, but obviously it's a waypoint. To remove it, all you have to do is stand above it, look up, crouch, and then punch. And then you will, of course, remove the waypoint, as you guys can see, if you no longer need it or you got sick of it. Now guys, another thing you can also notice is when you look at items in your inventory, you can see that the text box is kind of different. It's kind of got like a see-through vibe, so it doesn't block your view of any items, which is quite cool to see. Normally it's like a solid looking image, now it's kind of see-through. Okay, now guys, what we're going to show you is the Freecam lights. Now to do this, what you have to do is grab yourself a stick, hold your said stick, then just go third person, and once you have done that, you can actually see yourself as a free cam. So basically you can move around, look at things without your body actually turning around, which is really cool. And this is thanks to you using the stick while you go third person. So this is of course very handy for things like roleplay or maybe you just want to get a good picture or something for thumbnails, this is absolutely perfect. Now obviously it's not 100% smooth all the time, but it does the job and it's pretty darn good. And finally guys, the last thing of this client is the keystrokes. Now this can only be done with a controller, unfortunately. Whether it's your Xbox controller, your PS4 controller, doesn't matter. Whatever thing you can use to hook up to your PC, it's fine. Whatever controller. But once you get a controller going, like as you can see here guys, we've got a PS4 controller right now. And as you can see, we have keystrokes, which you should know maybe if you play Java Edition. So basically, bam, 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 you are using your keystrokes, but with a controller. Which is basically just for guys, if you're wondering why you ever want keystrokes, it's just basically so if someone watches your video, say you make a video, they'll be able to know what you're doing. For instance, now you guys can clearly see we are pressing forward, pressing sideways, back, etc, etc. Even though we're using a controller, it is indicated as if we were using a keyboard. And of course guys, this can only be done with a controller, so if you don't got a controller, you can just ignore this part. Now guys, finally, if you do forget anything of what this client has to offer, you of course can read it over here in the info in case we said something wrong, which we probably did. I think when we were saying to remove the waypoints, you don't actually have to punch it, so there we made a mistake there. But other than that, you guys can just read here whatever else it says in case you are a little bit confused. And of course you can see the credits and etc warnings and stuff like that. Anyways guys, that's basically gonna wrap it up. Of course, that is your sketch client. If you did enjoy it, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share this video with all your friends. The download link once again will be in the description below. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you all next time. Goodbye, everybody.